Ashanya, a child named Ashanya has been born. Fantastic. And this mine is currently just looks like somebody's taken a bit of a dump next to the mountain, actually. It looks like a bit of a mess. I don't know what they're planning on doing here. You can see like the little hole here. It looks like they're hard at work trying to like sculpt this into something that resembles more of a mine. Just in time too, look at this. The reserve of iron is very low. We're going to be able to send many young men into these mines to mine out the iron and get crushed to death and stuff. I think once this iron mine is built, and indeed the quarry as well, Sipsburgh will start witnessing more deaths than just those caused by old age. Because these are the kinds of places that you work in where accidents happen. There's no hard hats in this day and age, so if a rock falls on your dome, you're dead. Yeah, I mean, in modern days, you know, you wear a hard hat with a lamp on it or whatever, and you can see what you're doing. Rock falls on your head, you'll survive and everything. These guys are just wearing like leather bandanas and stuff like that, and oftentimes nothing. So if a massive piece of iron dislodges from the roof and falls on their heads, they dead, and they get brought here straight away to join the other 29 people that are living an eternity of torment, thanks to Ol Gravey, who just shuffles around and does the thriller dance at all times of day and night, which annoys all of these people who are just trying to rest in peace for the rest of eternity. But they can't, because any time is party time for Ol Gravey. And of course, all the babies are scared too. Zachariah has become a student. A child named Dallison has been born. Theri has become an adult. We have now 4 laborers in the pool and 2 builders. That's fine. Heatha has become a student, and Lualami, or however you pronounce it, has become an adult and is now a laborer. And it looks like Harmond and Waniel are still happily just living in this stone house, just being a bunch of bastards, just having a good old time. Which is nice. Looks like this is almost done. 84% complete, and actually now, look, it looks a bit more like a mine. It kind of reminds me of the mines that you see in World of Warcraft, if you ever played that game. No? It's always filled with those guys who are talking about candles and you stealing their candles. Poor Eric, France, Deshauncey, and Leyland are still living in this goddamn boarding house, which is unbelievable. And as soon as the mine is done, we can upgrade some more houses into stone houses. They're a little bit more efficient on heat in the winter, and therefore firewood as well, which is a good thing. Agathari is now a student. I don't remember Agathari being born, but congratulations on becoming a student. It's 12 students being taught, 11 students. Somebody has just become, it's Leanne. Leanne has become an adult and is working as labor. We have a lot of laborers. There's going to be a lot of people available to go in here and work the iron mine, which is very good, actually. We'll build a road to it in a minute, too, so these people can actually get in here somewhat quickly if they need to. I imagine that they would need to. We want to connect it up like... I don't want to do the diagonal. I've decided that I'm not really a huge fan of the diagonal roads, actually. We're going to connect it like that. And maybe we'll have to think about potentially having another stockpile, too. You want to have a stockpile? Should we have a stockpile, like, right next to the... right next to here? We'll have a big stockpile that they could just drop the iron off into straight away so that they can get back in there and mine even more. That'd be nice. Look at this. Great big stockpile right there. Just like that. Ashell the laborer has died of old age. Ashell, finally. Ashell, I don't know if you remember, I was calling her Deidre Barlow a while ago. She was 80 about 20 minutes ago, which means that she's died at the ripe old age of about 800 years old. I mean, she's even older than Yoda when she finally died, which is nuts when you think about it. Who wants an upgrade? Anyone? Who deserves one? Do Windell, Ivana, and Verling deserve to have an upgrade into a stone house? Yes, they do. Alright, guys. We can move on out of there. We're going to upgrade all these houses that border the cemetery first. I think that's going to be really nice. We need to assign some people to work in the mines. We also want them to work on getting iron. Yes. And we want to increase our iron limit to like 600. This is going to be great. Alright, how many miners can we have? Let's start with 4. There we go. We'll leave 1 person in the labor pool just in case somebody dies and needs to be replaced. And we now have 4 young chaps working in the iron mines full-time. Look at them go. Look, they're all ready to go. It's like the 7 dwarves. Of course, there's only 4 of them. One of them's a girl. But they all have their pickaxes. And they're in there. Listen to that. They're in there chipping away, singing a merry tune to keep spirits up. And Gerhardy has become an adult and is working. Gerhardy, great. And Annie has become a student. Well, this is fantastic. Look at this. We are actually progressing somewhat. It looks like this house is going to get the upgrade that it's always wanted and always needed and probably always deserved. And that frees up some stuff. That frees up some stuff, and it frees up some resources so that we can build some other stuff, like a tavern. I really want to make a tavern at some point. Is that food? Is that considered food production or resource? It is. Look, a tavern. It brews alcohol and makes citizens happy. Oh, look. We currently don't have 5 stars of happiness. We're only at 4.5. Maybe the tavern is the next step in making the people of Sipsburgh very happy. How big is this thing? It's kind of big. It's big enough. I mean, that's a pretty nice spot for it, isn't it? Tavern. It doesn't seem to have like a radius or anything, so I guess people just come to it when they want to just let loose. They just want to totally let loose and let their hair down and party hardy all night long. Do we want to make a tavern? Let's make a fucking tavern. There we go. We've got 2 builders who are doing jack shit anyway. They might as well actually start hauling some resources over here, of which we have plenty, and start making this tavern. Of course, I think we're going to need to stock it with beer somehow. And is that something that we need to, Gatherer's Hut? Where's the beer collecting one? I have no idea. We'll see once the tavern's built how we actually start manufacturing. Well, it says that it actually brews it itself. Maybe it'll just go get the stuff that it needs and make the beer on site. That would be nice, actually. I have no idea how that works. I've never done it before. A child named Graydon has been born. Loniel has become an adult and is working as a laborer. Homery has become a student. And Doreen has become an adult and is working as a laborer. And this is 58% complete. Another stone house to add to Sipsburgh. It takes a little while for them to get built, unfortunately, but once they are built, I think they're a bit more efficient on the amount of firewood that they use and heat and stuff like that. And I think generally they're just nicer houses to live in. Look at this one, for instance. Look at that. That's going nowhere. I mean, if a tornado were to rip through Sipsburgh right now, that house would still be left standing, and of course everything else would be completely demolished because it's made out of like wood, and probably actually the building practices in this day and age might not have been the best. I'm sorry if you're from this day and age and that offends you in some way, but I'm just saying we've come a long way as a civilization since this day and age, and actually in modern times now we can build some pretty rip-roaring structures that actually are hurricane-proof and tornado-proof as well. Some aren't, but I'm just saying this one in Sipsburgh for sure is, and all these other ones aren't, and that's all I'm saying. Alright, great. We still have a lot of food. Buella has been born. We don't seem to be struggling for babbies. It looks like there's a merchant finally deciding to turn up. Hopefully it's going to have something good. Hopefully it's not Linwoody trying to like sell us carrots or some other dumb shit that we don't need. Oh, here we go. It's Marentz selling us chestnut seeds. I'm pretty sure that we don't actually need chestnut seeds. Let me just double check that. What do we have? Trade items. We already know chestnut seeds. You're as bad as Linwoody. What the hell is your problem, Marentz? Get the hell out of here. We don't need those chestnut seeds. I think that's orchards. Fucking look at this. A merchant has... I love the little icon. Look, it's like a little canoe on a blue background. Fucking love that. Food production. Does it count as an orchard? An orchard. Let's try making an orchard. I'm curious now. Where can we build an orchard? Maybe like here. This might be a nice spot for an orchard. Look, just like along the banks of Sipsburgh. A 6x14 orchard. Maybe with a house next to it. What goes in here? Chestnuts. Oh, look at that. Okay, we have a chestnut orchard. I have no fucking idea how this is going to work. I'm very interested to see it in action, actually. And it doesn't look like we need... Do we need some more farmers? Yes, okay. We could do with 2 more farmers. Fine. Great. We have a new child named Partha who's just been born, which is very nice. And, oh, look, the second... Oh, look at this one! Look at this stone house has, like, its own watchtower on it. Holy shit. Wendell, Ivana, Verling, and Graydon have moved in. Fantastic. Another stone house to add to the mix. And let's make a wooden house back here as well, bordering the orchard. Man, these people are going to love it. They're going to wake up every morning and get to smell fresh chestnuts growing on trees. Oh, this looks pretty cool, actually. Look at this. Look at all these little trees and stuff. And look at these guys going at it. Holy shit, they're hoeing all around the trees. The trees are hopefully going to grow, yield many chestnuts. And, of course, then we can start roasting them on an open fire around that special time of year when Ol Gravey likes to materialize himself as a fully blown zombie, shamble around the streets, and beg people for roasted chestnuts. It's called Happy Gravy Time, and it's a national holiday that's celebrated yearly in Sipsburgh. He just goes around and says, "Please give me some chestnuts. Make sure they're roasted on an open fire." And everybody's just so fucking shit scared of him that they just open their windows and chuck chestnuts out onto the road, and he eats them all up. And then he goes back to the graveyard and appears again next year around the same time. Which is actually kind of weird. It is just a little bit weird. How we doing here? How you guys doing? You've managed to mine 20 iron this season and none last season. What the hell are you guys doing? Do we not have enough miners? Do we need 2 more? Possibly, yes. We want to have a steady supply of iron so that we can start trading it here, along with all of this other junk that we're trying to peddle when the stupid merchants show up and they have all the shit that we already have. All I want is like some chickens or something. I want to have next to the tavern. That's what I want. I want to have a big pasture filled with chickens so that people can bet on chicken racings. They can bet chestnuts. That'll be the currency used for betting on the chicken races of the tavern that is yet to be built because we're out of iron. We still need 10 more iron before this tavern can be built. Is there more iron that we could pick up here? I mean, we do have a couple of laborers that are sitting around just with their dick in their hands doing nothing. That's a term that you use when somebody's standing around doing nothing. I mean, it's not a very nice term, it's got to be said, but a term all the same. So there we go. I keep thinking that a merchant has arrived at the trading post, but actually that happened in late summer. It's now early winter. That news is old. Not much has happened since. Partha has been born. Sabril has become an adult and has joined the labor pool. And a child named Artholomew, not Bartholomew, Artholomew has been born. Which is actually pretty fantastic. I mean, we have Deshauncey, we have Cushauncey, and now we have Artholomew to add to the mix as well. How did we do here? The season is over and we managed to harvest 0 chestnuts. Ol Gravey is not going to be too happy when he does his yearly shamble down the streets as a materialized ghoul and demands chestnuts from people, and nobody is able to fucking give him a single chestnut because actually this crop or orchard was just an underperforming piece of shit last season. Hopefully that'll be different later on. What's happening here? The food limit has been reached. I cannot believe the food limit has been reached. Okay, look at this. We can set it globally. I mean, you could do it from anywhere, actually, but we're going to set it from here. Look, we can set the limit at Town Hall. Finally, the mayor has something to do. He's going to write on his parchment and say, actually, let's make sure that we're storing 8,000 food at all times. Oh, no, Mile the Hunter's died of old age. And look at that. Deshauncey has come up. Look at that. Deshauncey is a man now. He is a man with a bow and arrow, and he's out there. He's out there slaying deer so that we can make lots of coats and, of course, have nice slick cuts of venison every single night for dinner, along with the just massive amount of fish that the people of Sipsburgh currently eat. It's alarming, actually. Thanks for watching part 19 of Banished. Hopefully you're all having a happy gravy time and throwing many chestnuts out into the road. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time!